How long will it take to monetize a small YouTube channel? What editing tip did I learn this week that I can share for you to use too? What YouTube business idea did I learn to pass on? That's what this series is all about, and this is episode number 5. I have some good news, a continuing increase. Thank you all very much. The number of subscribers here you see is up to 427. The total number of views in the last 28 days is up to 3.4 thousand, and the total number of watch hours 110.5 for the last 28 days. Again, thank you all very much. I appreciate the growth and your support. Now, you may think this is not a lot. Like last week, I think I reported an increase of 2, and this week an increase of 5, but it just shows that steady, consistent effort, continuing to try to get that 1% better does work. Here we go. Let's key those numbers in. Today that I'm recording is 10/17 of 2024, and today there are 427 subscribers. The total views in the last 28 days is 3.4 thousand, and there are 110.5, and I'm going to leave that as a celebration. Look at that, all the way across, all 3 of those columns have increased. I don't have this number right now. It is a dramatic decrease. Well, let's just look at it. To go to earn, it says 1594. So let's key that in, 1594. And that is, as I explained last week, because many of the videos that had a lot of watch time, or the days that had a lot of watch time, are now just slightly more than a year ago. So every time I move forward 365 days, it's a rolling 365. One of those high watch days can fall off. So what I have to show now is a consistent monthly increase. So to hit the 4,000 hours, I think I've got to have 335 hours on average every rolling 28 days in order for this to monetize. So that number has to be much higher than that to do it quicker than a year. But there's what the stats are, and I'm very excited about this progress. Again, thank you, everybody. The subs are up, the views are up, and the hours are up. All right, now I want to tell you about the tip I learned this week and hope that it really serves you well. I was so frustrated because in the previous 2 videos in this series, I was using these hand-drawn arrows and having to move them around because I couldn't figure out how to get my cursor to show up on the screen. And even if I could, it wasn't very big. And so I wanted it bigger, I wanted it highlighted. And so I did some searching around, and the video that made the most sense to me is from this guy right here, Kevin Stratvert, and this is his channel. And I found his video on how to highlight mouse pointers, and I'm gonna walk you through how that's done. Okay, so he suggested I come over here if I wanted to this website, rw-designer.com, do some searching around, figure out if I would like any of these cursors, and I did. I found this one right here, the bluehighlight.cur. I downloaded it, and always be careful when you download stuff that you trust the source. I took a little risk, but because I've learned so much from Kevin over the last year or so, that when he said he did it and it didn't cause any harm, I felt like it was okay. And you'll see here in just a second that it's a teeny tiny little file, but I downloaded it, and now I'll show you where I put it. Okay, once I had it downloaded, I copied it. I did Control X because I wanted to get it out of my downloads folder and then put it in my cursor folder. So I came over here to my C drive, which is where my Windows file is. See Windows right here? Open that up, and then I came down to the cursor file right here, and then I did Control V and pasted it in here, and there it is. You can see it. See the blue highlight? It's now part of my cursor file, and so when I come back over to the mouse pointer settings, it will be there. All right, now that it is put into the cursor file, we come back over here to the settings for Bluetooth and devices and mouse, come down to additional mouse settings, and it opens up the mouse properties window. Okay, then I came back over here to the mouse properties window. I hit browse, and now you see I'm inside the cursors file. Scroll down until I found this blue one. There it is, see blue highlight, and then I hit open, and when I did, it put it up here in this window. And because I wanted it to become a scheme, I hit save as, and then I typed in blue highlight and hit OK. And when I did that, it created this scheme right here. And you see when I switch it to mouse cursor highlight, it gives me the cursor over here, gives me the image of what it's going to look like. If you go here and pick none, it puts it back and apply. That puts it back to the default, which is this image without the halo. I want the halo, so I'm going to put it back on and say apply, and there it is. Now I learned that whenever I am in a window, the halo will show. This is with ClipChamp. So when you hit the record button, it'll say, what do you want to record? It'll give you this window here, and it'll say, do you want a window or do you want the entire screen? Well, I tried entire screen, and it still only works in the window I had open. Everything else, then the cursor disappears entirely. Not just the blue halo, but the cursor itself is gone. So I've learned to work window by window. So as I've gone through this video, every time I changed windows, I started a new video. And then I just spliced the clips together so that you can see them in sequence. All right, now for the business of YouTube tip, what I learned is this concept called ranking video. And what that means is that in search, when people are searching for certain keywords, if your video is the one that keeps showing up and your views keep going based on people's search, that's a ranked video. And you never know when one is going to do that. So keep making them, keep putting them up. And I want to show you a couple of mine that have begun to rank. Let's see, channel analytics, let's go there. And then it's showing me here, this is the last 28 days data. So if I scroll down here, this one right here I know is trending because I looked it up, and you can see I published this back in March of 23, year and a half-ish ago, and you can see that in the last 28 days it got 497 views. It's like, what is going on? So if I click on that and I show this chart here, take a look at this. In the first, it got to, let's see, when I first published it, it got to 346 views in 3 days. Interesting. And then it just leveled out. And bink, 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 only gets, you know, a view or two every day or two. And then something happened somewhere around day 360, something began to happen. And my theory is, if I understand this correctly, is that when people key in certain keywords, YouTube decided that they were satisfied with my video in response to those keywords. And so you can see here, 1 year and 222 days. Oh, I like that number, 222. I'm almost to 3,000 views. How are people finding this video? Well, if you go into reach and scroll down, it shows you here that 76% of my traffic is coming from YouTube search. It's like, whoa. How cool is that? It's not in the suggestion feed. So you come over here to the right and you can see my primary keywords. If somebody keys in drill, chuck, stuck, there's a good chance they're going to find my video. And that's where over 5% of my traffic is coming from. My next top one is DeWalt, drill, chuck, stuck. So even though I don't say anything about DeWalt in my video apparently is satisfying people who have searched those 4 words, and 3.5% of my traffic is coming from that key phrase right there. And then we can keep going. I'll just show you the rest of them really fast. There's all sorts of keywords. So 123 of my views came from drill, chuck, stuck. 79 of my views came from DeWalt, drill, chuck, stuck. And then you can just follow it on down. 48, 8, and then it's funny all the way down here to like somebody keyed in uh-oh and got my video. There's Ryobi, drill, chuck, stuck. I got 1. So you can just see how that works. And so what's happening here is that this video is trending, is what I've learned that is called. And that simply means that YouTube has decided that when people key in certain keywords, that your video will satisfy those keywords. They'll learn what they want to learn, and they'll satisfy YouTube's goal of keeping them on the platform, satisfying them in their search. And oh, it's a lot more than I thought. It's clear up to 3.6 thousand. So that's my YouTube video tip for the week, is how to go back and search through your videos and see if you're having a trending video. So I'm going to run through it real quick one more time. So go back to your home dashboard and look at that. My latest video is a 1 of 10. Woohoo! I'm getting all sorts of confetti. Thank you God for that. Okay, so go to Channel Analytics, then come down to something that's old but showing up in bigger numbers on your last 28 days. So let's find another one. Okay, here's one from February of 23 that got 226 views in the last 28 days. So let's see, when did that start trending? It kind of looks like it always has. It took it 69 days to get to 538. Let's see, let's double that roughly. Okay, it seems to double every double number of days. So it's just on this gentle upward projection, but it is definitely satisfying some YouTube search. And let's find that. Let's see, what did we do last time? I think we hit reach. Yeah, there it is. And you can see how people found this. And so what are they searching that found this video? They're searching chainsaw carving. I got 2.4% of my views from that. Pinofin penetrating oil finish. That's interesting. I don't mention that in the video at all, but because it is a video about finishing, 0.2% of my traffic came from that. But you see how that goes? Very interesting. External and browse. So I wonder what that external is. That's curious. Who is suggesting my video? Well, 72.6% people are searching and finding my video on Google. 2% are finding it through DuckDuckGo, which is my favorite search. Yahoo search, Bing search, Facebook search. So they're finding it based on key search terms, and it is trending. It's trending mildly, not quite as sharply as my previous one. Oh, wait a second, 53,000. Oh, the views, 6.1 thousand. Let me get in there. That was the number of times they showed it to people. Google showed 53,000 people, and 6.1 thousand of them watched it. So that's another example of a trending video. So thank you very much for watching today and seeing that in my stats there is some growth, seeing the YouTube editing tip of how to get this cool highlighter enlarged and highlighted for your cursor, and then how to discover if you have a trending video and what that means. As you work through this process and you want more editing tips, you can take a look at the video here that's in one of these corners. It's actually a playlist, and it's all of the videos that I have in this series, because each one of them has a tip about how to edit, and each one of them has a tip about YouTube business. So I hope this serves you well. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. Thank you. Bye-bye.